Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you how I created this look on my face right now. Maybe saying to yourself, Jamie, I've seen this look many times on your face before, and perhaps you have, because I do very much enjoy those natural makeup looks. But let me tell you, the combination of the products that I use today are really something special. And in my professional opinion, I don't think that there's ever a thing as too many natural makeup tutorials. I really wanted to highlight the skin in this look, especially now that we're getting into the warmer weather. This is around the time of year that I start to really get crazy with the glowy skin, and I love playing around with different products, trying to see how I can achieve like the best glowy skin look. And like I said, this is honestly such an awesome combination, so I'm very excited to share it with you. And a portion of today's video is also in collaboration with Belif, which is always very, very exciting. Today I'm going to be using the True Cream Aqua Bomb Moisturizer. I've been loving this for before my makeup. And also a little side note, the Sephora VIB sale is happening right now, so all the products that I'm using today can be found at Sephora, including of course the Belif, the True Cream Aqua Bomb Moisturizer. So depending on your tier, you can get a discount. For Beauty Insiders, it's 10%. For VIB, it's 15%, and if you're Rouge, it's 20%. And links to all the products that I use today will be in the description box. So I hope you guys enjoy, and let's get right into it. So we are starting off at the very beginning. I have absolutely nothing on my face right now, including my skincare and my moisturizer, which I would like to change as soon as possible because my face feels tweet. I've said this before and I'm going to say it again and again and again. Skin prep is the most important step to your entire routine. If you have dry skin, oily skin, normal skin, combo skin, it doesn't matter. Highly suggest putting on a moisturizer right before you go in to apply your makeup. I find that there's such a huge difference in the way that my base looks when I actually freshly apply my skincare right before applying my makeup. Everything just lays so much nicer on the skin. Everything looks more plump, glowy, hydrated. The moisturizers that I tend to go towards before I apply my makeup are a little bit different than the moisturizers that I use specifically in my skincare routine, because I really want the moisturizer to be very lightweight, and I do tend to favor more gel-like consistencies, especially if you do have more of an oilier skin type and you're kind of worried that putting on too much of like a heavier moisturizer will make your foundation slip off of your face. So this moisturizer from Belif is pretty much exactly that. This is called the True Cream Aqua Bomb. With moisturizers that are more gel-like, sometimes they can be not quite as hydrating as those creamier moisturizers, but this one is really hydrating. There's squalane, there's ceramide, so it's going to give you all of the hydration without any of the heaviness, and most importantly, it's not going to interfere with the makeup at all. And it also has this really nice cooling sensation, which just feels really refreshing. I do also have pretty sensitive skin, and I've been using this a ton and haven't had any reaction, so just overall, it's been the most perfect base for before applying my makeup. I've been really, really loving it. And as a little side note, this is the 25 milliliter size, which is actually a Sephora exclusive size. They do have a larger one, so this is really great for travel. And then speaking of travel, Belif also has this really cute little kit called the Protect and Glow Travel Kit. And then in here you got the Aqua Bomb Jelly Cleanser, Moisturizing Eye Balm, the Aqua Bomb Vitamin C Cream, True Cream Moisturizing Balm, and then the True Cream Aqua Bomb Sunscreen SPF 50. These little kits are also really great to pick up when you want to try out a new brand, you want to see what you like, because you get to kind of sample a little bit of everything. And then of course it's always a really good value, and then plus during the Sephora VIB event you get an extra discount, which is awesome. So now that we are prepped and ready to go, we're gonna move on to the makeup. And today I'm going to try out underpainting. Now this is not something that I haven't tried before, but it's something that I haven't done in some time, and I really wanted to see what it would look like. So the underpainting technique is definitely not a new technique whatsoever. Basically what underpainting is you take your bronzer, your blush, your highlighter, and you apply that underneath your foundation. So it's your first layer before going in with your foundation on top of it. And what it'll ultimately do is just give you this really natural look, and it makes everything look like it's coming from within the skin instead of sitting on top of it. And it's also a really great way to get a very blended, seamless look. So I'm gonna start off first by applying my bronzer, and I'm gonna use the Say Sun Melt Natural Cream Bronzer in Light Bronze. This is actually one of their newer shades that they released not too long ago. And I'm just gonna take a brush and start painting this on my face where I would normally apply my bronzer. So I'm just going to apply it right on top of my cheekbones. And what's nice about this technique is you can be a little bit more, I don't want to say lazy. You don't have to really worry too much about your blending, because once you apply your foundation on top, things are going to blend pretty much like automatically. So you really just want to focus more so on the placement. For my blush, I'm gonna be using the Rare Beauty Cream Blush, and I feel like this is the perfect formula to use for this technique for a couple different reasons. First of all, it's very, very, very pigmented, so it's really going to show through underneath the foundation. You don't really wanna go in with something too sheer because keep in mind you are going on top with another product, so you do want it to actually come through. And once this blush sets down, it really stays in place, which is another key because when you start blending foundation on top of the blush, you don't really want it to like spread to other areas of your face. So it's nice when it actually sets down. So I would recommend not using anything like too overly creamy because I have had issues where the blush color just ends up on my forehead. So today I'm gonna be using the shade Joy, which is a peachy coral. And I'm just gonna put 2 little dots on my cheeks. And I'm just gonna use the same brush and blend it out. So warning, I am going to look insane before I go in with the foundation. But I promise everything is gonna come together. Then for my highlighter, you can go in with any cream highlighter, but today I'm gonna be using the Glowish Multi-Juice Skin Tint. This is technically a skin tint. I do not like to use it as a skin tint because it is a little bit too glowy for my entire face, at least for my preferences, so I do prefer it more so as like a pinpointed highlighter. So I'm gonna use the shade 3 Light, and I'm just going to pat this on top of my cheekbones. And this as a highlighter is absolutely gorgeous if you want something that's natural but that still gives a punch. You see this like glossy glow, that is exactly what we're going for. I feel like this product really is the key to this entire look. And I just wanna say, I wanna thank my mom for this recommendation because when I first tried this product, I kind of wrote it off, honestly. I really just wasn't a fan because I was pretty much exclusively using it as an all over skin tint. And like I said, it was too glowy, didn't work for me. But my mom is obsessed with this product, it's one of her favorites, and she uses it as a cheek highlighter. And every single time she wears it, I compliment her skin because it looks incredible. Kind of similar to something like the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter, but I almost feel like it's even more natural looking because there's no shimmer and it really just like melts into the skin and becomes one with it. I do kind of want to add a little bit more dimension to my blush. I don't know if I'm gonna regret this or not, but I'm just feeling like the blush and the bronzer are kind of looking like one color and I want there to be a little bit of separation between the two. So I'm trying to figure out what I want to layer for it to not look crazy. I'm gonna take my Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer blush in Promenade, which is one of my favorite blush formulas, and this is another blush formula that would work really well for this technique. So this is still like a corally shade, but it leans more on the pinkier side, which is why I feel like it could potentially look nice with this blush. I'm just gonna layer it a little bit right on top. We'll only know once I put the foundation on. I don't even trust myself right now, okay guys? Like I'm slightly nervous with how this is gonna turn out, but I really think that this is a trust the process type of thing. Okay, things are getting wild and crazy because I'm gonna put another bronzer too. This is the Milk Makeup Sculpt Stick in the shade Stoked, and this is a much more cool toned bronzer compared to the Say one. I just wanna put a little bit of this right underneath my cheekbone just to add a little bit more of a shadow because I feel like the Say one added some warmth, but there's not a lot of sculpting going on. I'm just putting that right underneath just to give that little hint of shadow because I feel like it needs it. I still don't trust the process, but that's okay. For my foundation, I'm going to use the Say Glowy Super Skin Foundation in number 7. For this particular technique, you do want to use something that is a little bit on the sheer side. It doesn't have to be completely sheer, but it shouldn't be full coverage because then the color underneath won't really have a chance to show through. This is about a light to medium coverage, so it's gonna work perfect for this technique. It also has some nice glow to it that's not too over the top, so I feel like it's gonna give us that really like juicy skin look, which is what I'm going for. So I'm just gonna use a very small amount of this, just one pump, and I'm going to apply it with a clean sponge. I'm actually gonna start in the areas of my face where I don't have any color, just so I can be sure that things don't start to spread. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit more, and now hopefully this is when the magic is going to happen. Let's blend this out. Oh yeah, it looks normal. Thank goodness. I always find also whenever I do this technique that I use a lot less foundation than I normally would. So my makeup just ends up looking less heavy too. And you see how seamless everything looks too? That's the main reason why I do really like this technique. I feel much better about what I'm seeing, a lot less stressed, Now we are gonna go in with concealer. I'm gonna use the Glowish Bright Light Sheer Concealer. I do want this look to be very like fresh. I don't want it to look super like full coverage, so I almost don't wanna cover up my darkness underneath my eyes too much because I feel like allowing some of it to show through will just kind of give it that more natural appearance, but I still want it to be a little bit bright. So going in with like a sheer concealer or some type of eye brightener is the way to go. I'm also just very lightly highlighting, and I'm just gonna blend that out again with the sponge. Every time I use this product, I like it more and more. It really does brighten without adding too much coverage, and it makes the under eyes look so fresh and glowy. So I'm really a big fan of this. And it pairs really nicely with everything else going on because we do have so much glow going on in the face. I don't really want the under eyes to be too heavy, matte, full coverage. So this is the perfect concealer to pair. We are gonna powder though very, very lightly just so that things can stay in place. Of course, Kosas Cloud Set. I'm just gonna take a teeny tiny amount and just sweep it underneath the eyes and the center of the face. I'm barely putting any. So I am really liking how the bronzer and the highlighter is looking, but I do feel like surprisingly, the blush got covered up a little bit too much, which is shocking because I put a lot of blush and there were 2 different colors there, but I just feel like the color got a little bit lost. So I'm just gonna reapply the Laura Mercier Promenade shade just a teeny tiny little bit just to punch it up just a little bit more. I do like a blushy look, especially when there's not much else going on in the eyes. And I'm also gonna put a little bit across the nose to give it an extra natural look. I kind of want to look like I've been out in the sun a little bit. This isn't everybody's cup of tea, but I find the smallest hint of blush just always ties things together, makes everything look a little bit more natural. Okay, for the brows, I kind of want my brows to be a little bit on the bolder side today. As most of you know, normally I put as little effort into my brows as humanly possible. Today, however, I'm gonna put in some effort because I do want them to be a little bit darker, a little bit more defined. The other day, I accidentally put too much brow gel in my brows and I kind of enjoyed it. I liked how dark my brows look. It kind of changed my entire face and I don't know if it was in the best way, but it was different and I was just into it. So today we're gonna do it more purposefully. I'm gonna fill in my brows first with the Kosas Air Brow. And this one's in the shade Auburn to hopefully tie in my red hair a little bit. I'm concentrating more in the sparser areas and in the front of my brows. So now I'm gonna go into Benefit Gimme Brow, and this was what I accidentally applied too much of. Instead today, I'm just gonna go very light-handed with it. See the difference? For the eyes, I am going to keep it pretty simple because most of the focus is really on the skin and apparently the brows, but I do want a little bit of something. So I'm going to go into the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes eyeshadow palette, which really is my current favorite palette at the moment. I've been reaching for it so much and I love this shade in particular. It's like cool tone taupe color. It's really great to naturally shadow the eyes. I feel like it's like the contour color of the eye socket. So it just kind of defines it without looking too intense, which is kind of what I'm going for. So again, I'll do one eye and not the other so you guys can really see the difference because when things are so subtle, it's nice to see the comparison between the two. So here's with, here's without. I find with, it does complete the eye a little bit more. Also makes the eyebrow look a little bit less crazy because it's not as bare and then bam, you got a brow. And I am applying it like in my upper crease area. I'm not being overly precise with it and I'm using a very fluffy brush. I'm also going to take a small little brush and sweep this on my lash line, my lower lash line. Now I'm gonna curl my lashes and I'm going to try a new mascara for the first time. It's a new mascara from Fenty. It is called the Hella Thick Volumized Mascara. Lashes looking really separated. Voluminous, lengthy. Wow. Okay, I like that. That looks nice. And I'm actually gonna put mascara on my lower lashes too. I don't normally do this, but for this type of look, I'm feeling it. Just a tiny little bit. Oh my God, don't sneeze. Don't sneeze. Oh wow, it didn't go anywhere. Oh my God, there's nothing worse than feeling like you need to sneeze after you just applied your mascara and then the mascara literally going all over the face. The amount of times that has happened to me, I cannot even tell you. And I'm shocked and very impressed that that did not just happen to my eyes. The mascara is still in place. I don't know what that says about it, but it's not a bad thing. I have all of the new Rare Beauty lip stains and I'm thinking I kind of want, like a coral color. This definitely goes with the blush that I used. Oh wow, look at that. They complement each other really nicely. So let's try this. This one is the shade Joy. Are you kidding me? This is the Joy blush. Wow, I'm very impressed with myself. I chose Joy without even knowing that it was Joy. I understand now why they complement each other so perfectly. I'm actually not going to line my lips. We're gonna see what it looks like on, but I may keep my lips unlined. We will see. Oh. Oh, that's very coral. Oh. The tone was a little bit different than what I expected. It's definitely more of like a true coral. Brighter corals like this are not what I go for because I feel like it kind of makes my teeth look a little bit yellow. But it is pretty, but I think I might try a different color. Let's try Serenity. Ooh. Oh, this is beautiful. This almost looks like my lip color, but it's deeper and more vibrant. I actually don't even feel like I need a lip liner with this, and it is very rare that I do not use a lip liner with my lip color because I typically like to make my lips look a lot bigger with my lip liner. I actually feel like this did a pretty good job on its own. And I know I'm overusing this word, but I feel like it gives it a bit more of a natural look without the lip liner. I just smudge the edge a little bit because if I'm not gonna do a lip liner, and I want it to look a little bit more worn in. And this is the finished look, and I'm very into it. I find it so funny because I have done these like natural glowy makeup looks maybe hundreds of times, and yet every single time I do a new one using maybe slightly different techniques, slightly different products, I am just like, wow, this is groundbreaking. I really do love everything about this look though. I love the skin so much. The underpainting technique, while it felt maybe a little bit over the top and perhaps slightly unnecessary, I do feel like it gave me a pretty like lightweight appearance to my skin. It really does not look like I'm wearing a lot of face makeup at all. And everything just looks so blended. All right guys, so that is it for the finished look. I hope that you enjoyed. Don't forget to let me know all of your thoughts down below in the comments and hit the thumbs up button if you did enjoy today's video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.